Welcome to the Massillon Public Library's Fancy Nancy Bonjour Butterfly Tea Party. I see some of you have on your finest. I have on my finest hat and some of my rhinestones and things. You should have gotten a necklace in your bag, so I hope you will enjoy wearing that. We are going to get started here and we're going to be recording this, so hopefully we can put it up online and you can watch it again later if you want to, or somebody else can watch it in the future. Let's see who else is here. Welcome everybody. All right, we are going to get started, and the first thing I want to do is mention that our program today is sponsored by Blue Heron Deli and Ernie's Bike Shop. And we haven't mentioned sponsors much before for the library, but we've had sponsors for quite a few years, and they do things for us like give us coupons for free stuff for you guys in Summer Reading Club and things like that. So we want to thank the Lehman family who owns Ernie's Bike Shop. And okay, the first thing we're going to do is talk about Fancy Nancy. How many of you have read Fancy Nancy books? Everybody, maybe. That's good. If you haven't, that's okay. We are still here to be fancy. I want to say welcome, bienvenue in French. And, you know, Fancy Nancy is a little girl in books who thinks that every day should be a fancy day. So you will notice, you know, the library has a lot of Fancy Nancy books and tea party books and cookbooks and fun things like that. So if you want to borrow any of those, give us a call or stop in and check those out. The first thing we are going to do is have you make your tea, which I see some of you have done already. So I brought my Fiesta Ware pink cup today, and I see some of you have your mugs and things. If you were here in person, which we're sorry you are not, we would come around with the teapot and you'd pick your tea bag and go ahead and put that in there. Looks like some people are using the cocoa, and I put milk and sugar in my tea, and I did the ginger snappish tea. So I'm drinking ginger tea with milk and lots of sugar. So that's yummy. You can snack on your snacks. I see some people are still trying to decide. I recommend the raspberry tea for those of you who might have had that. That's a good one. I like your tiaras. Some of you are wearing your tiaras, very cute. I see somebody who has a very fancy background too. Oh, and I see a velvet dress and bows in the hair and earrings and all kinds of things. So you guys are really into it today. That's awesome.
All the dresses I own, none of them would be Fancy Nancy fit because they're all black.
Well, Mrs. Klein is wearing black today because that's my idea.
This is mine.
Very nice. Well, you did get some coloring sheets and some activity sheets and things to do in your packet. So you are welcome to do those anytime you want to. The one I believe you have, do you have this one with the French words that you match up? I think you have that one. I'm trying to find my copy. Okay, so while I'm reading the story, you might hear some of these French words, and so you might be able to do that matching while I'm reading the story. What I'm going to do is try to share the screen, and I'm going to read an excerpt from Fancy Nancy Bonjour Butterfly by Jane O'Connor. See if I can find my right screen here. Looks like I can find part of the story, so you might get to see part of the pictures. Maybe. Technical difficulty, sorry. Well, sorry about that. We are going to get started with the actual book. So here we go. And I hope you can see a little bit, but at least you can hear. Don't you think butterflies are exquisite? Exquisite is an even fancier word than beautiful. And if Mrs. Klein could pronounce it, that'd be even nicer. Whenever my friend Bree and I see one, we say bonjour. That's French for hello. Do butterflies understand French? My dad asks. Maybe, I tell him. Bree's birthday party is soon. Everything will look like butterflies, even the cake. I know. I show her how to turn the bees into butterflies on the invitations. You're lucky your name begins with B, I tell her. RSVP is short for Respondez-vous, s'il vous plaît. That's French for please reply. I'm going as an azure butterfly. My wings are bright blue and what's that fancy word for shiny? Oh yes, iridescent. Bree's party is this Saturday. I can't wait. Oh no, cries my mom. I totally forgot. Then she says I can't go. My grandparents' 50th anniversary party is the same day. Mom says Bree's birthday is special, but being married for 50 years, that's exceptional. That's extraordinary. If my mother thinks using fancy words will make me feel better, she's wrong. When I tell Bree I can't come, she looks heartbroken. For the next 2 days, I scowl and sulk and storm around the house. Mad is way too plain for how I feel. I am furious. On the train, the only person I talk to is Maribel. We mostly speak in French. I perk up a little at the station. My grandparents are so thrilled to see me. Let me see if I can share my screen. I've got those pictures. Maybe. Nope, not gonna work. Sorry about that. Grandpa says it wouldn't be a party without our glamorous granddaughter. I must say, the City Squire Motel is quite elegant. That's a fancy word for fancy. I curtsy to everyone. At the party, I have so much fun, I forget to be furious. Grandpa teaches me the cha-cha. Waiters bring out tiny hot dogs on silver platters. Delicious, darling, I tell my sister. You must try one. Later, I whisper, I'm sorry for the way I behaved. I am ecstatic to be here. It really is an extraordinary night. The next morning, my mother wakes me up. Grandma says that the zoo has a butterfly garden. Do you want to go? Oui, oui, oui. That's French for yes, yes, yes. My grandparents meet us at the zoo. These are monarch butterflies, like on your tie, I tell Grandpa. My, you know a lot about butterflies, he says. Yes, I admit, I am practically an expert. The butterfly garden is gorgeous. Gorgeous is also fancier than beautiful. I can't wait to tell Bree about it. Suddenly, a little blue butterfly flits toward me, an azure butterfly. All butterflies are special, but this one is extraordinary. Bonjour, I say. You know what? I am nearly positive butterflies understand French. The end. So that's Bonjour Butterfly. All right, now, I don't know if you've got your French words out. Bonjour is the first one. Can anybody guess which word, if you can read in that column, what does that mean? I see
Hello.
hands. Somebody said hello, that's right. So we're gonna draw a line from bonjour to hello. How about répondez-vous, s'il vous plaît?
Please reply.
Please reply, yes. And that's what RSVP stands for. If you ever see RSVP on an invitation, that's French. How about oui, oui, oui?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes,
This is
yes.
it. Where's my no, I need a muter for this.
Okay, and we only have 2 more left. Don't worry if you don't get them, that's okay. Parfait. Ice cream sundae. And merci. I bet you might know that one. What's merci mean?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job. Very nice. All right. I'm going to tell you a little
Put it
bit.
in my teacups.
about some facts about tea. So not everybody just drinks tea from a tea bag like we do, but sometimes there's a lot of people are fancy and they use loose tea. So I don't know if you can see it.
Wait, mommy.
There's some loose tea. It just looks like black dried up stuff. I'm going to tell you where tea comes from. So there's a legend about how people first started to drink tea. It started over 5,000 years ago in China with a wise emperor on a windy day. According to ancient and very tea-stained documents, the Shen Nong, as he was known, was outside having some water boiled for his drinking pleasure. Before he could bring the water to his lips, a leaf blew in off a bush and into his cup, turning his drink a curious shade of brown. The emperor was clearly very thirsty. He took a sip and then many more, declaring the drink to be tasty and refreshing. He liked the taste so much that he told everyone about it, and people have been drinking tea ever since. So tea actually starts out as a leaf on a bush called Camellia sinensis, a type of evergreen tree that can grow up to 30 feet tall in the wild. But on tea plantations or farms, often found in countries like China, India, and Japan, they cut the bushes down to 3 feet tall to make it easier to pick the leaves. And how do you suppose they pick the leaves? Originally, the Chinese used monkeys to pick the leaves. Today, people pick the leaves of the tea plant by hand, and usually it is women who are the pickers. And a good tea picker can pick 40 pounds of tea a day. She uses her thumbnail to nip 2 leaves and a bud from the tea plant. Then the tea leaves have to be dried, rolled, sieved, and fermented, and that's how we get tea. I do have a tea book list here if anybody's interested, ask me later. We are going to talk a little bit about manners and how to be polite at your tea party. So I just have a few guidelines for having a tea party, just a few. Afternoon tea is usually served between 3 and 6 p.m. So we're not having afternoon tea today. There are 3 types of food traditionally served. First, comfort food such as muffins, scones, biscuits, and toast. Then small sandwiches, then sweets. If someone's telling you that they're inviting you to a high tea is more of a dinner and they have meat dishes. Traditionally, tea features all finger food so that people can eat and still hold their teacups. And with good manners, you should always greet everyone, say hello and shake hands, or boys can bow and girls can curtsy. Boys may pull out chairs for girls or women, and the girls should say merci or thank you. I hope you have a napkin. You should blot your lips gently with your napkin rather than wiping it across your mouth to be polite. Don't drink if your mouth has food in it, and no slurping. Remember to say please and thank you if you're asking for something. And if you're passing a dish around to everyone at the table, pass dishes to your right. So you have to know your left from your right. When you are finished stirring your tea with your spoon, put your spoon on the right side of your saucer. And there are 2 schools of thought as to where your pinky should be. Often we hear pinkies up, like on SpongeBob. Did you ever hear SpongeBob say pinkies up? But the truth is that, like all of the other fingers, it is simply to be curved inward. Of course, if you're lifting up your teacup to drink and your pinky naturally goes up, it is perfectly correct to do so. But if you purposely extend your pinky, the one school of thought says you're overthinking it. So once filled, holding a handled teacup correctly ensures grace while avoiding spilling hot tea. You sure don't want to spill hot tea. So it is rude to loop the fingers through the handle or hold the body of the cup with the palm of the hand. And of course, sit up straight and don't tip in your chair. So I'm going to take a sip of my tea. And I'm not putting my hand around the cup, and I'm not putting all my fingers in there. I can't really because it's too small, but my pinky might go up a little bit. I don't know. You can do it either way, I think. So here I go. I'm going to take a sip. I'm not going to slurp. Ooh la la. It's delicious. Did anybody try the tea yet who's not used to drinking tea? And did you like it? You want to give me a thumbs up if you tried tea and liked it, or a thumbs down if you didn't like it? I see a thumbs up. Oh, I see a thumbs down. Oh, a couple thumbs down. Oh, a couple thumbs up. That's why we put the hot chocolate in your bag, just in case you weren't thrilled with the tea. Sometimes little kids don't like tea. I'm getting a thumbs up there. Thumbs up there. Okay. Very good. Well, I do like the ginger tea. I like the raspberry. I like mint. I don't like regular plain tea. I would have to put a lot of milk and sugar in it if I were doing the plain black tea. So the other things in your bag should be a temporary tattoo. And I don't know if you got flowers or a Fancy Nancy. So if you put that on already, cool. If not, oh, I see somebody did the flower already. Somebody did a Fancy Nancy. I'm getting a thumbs up on the temporary tattoo. So you can be eating your treats and drinking your drink while we're doing this. But I want to show you first one of the other activity sheets. It's activity 3, that's French for 3. Sometimes Nancy acts very mature, and that's a fancy word for grown up, but other times she does not act nice at all. So on this one, you're supposed to draw a line matching up her feeling to the picture of her. And I see one word that says angry, one that says helpful, surprised, and excited. So they're kind of small black and white pictures, but there's one that looks kind of angry. I think maybe that one. What do you guys think? She's like pouting. Do you ever pout? You never pout and sulk, do you? Oh, Kennedy's showing us how pouting and sulking looks. She's making her mad face. Oh, some people don't do it. Oh, that's so nice. All right. I think, helpful. I don't know. I think this one up here maybe is helpful. It looks like she's carrying something for somebody. Surprised, she's jumping up in the air, and excited, she's pushing the swing and kind of looking around like she got surprised. Has anybody done the coloring sheets yet? All right, and we do have another one that is activity C6 that I want to mention, that in the book Fancy Nancy and the Boy from Paris, Nancy makes a new ami, or friend. That's French for friend, named Robert. And this tells you to draw a picture of one of your friends and draw yourself too. So I kind of like that one. I see some people eating their tea cakes. Very nice. Very nice. What have you got there? Blair, I see, has something. What is that, Blair?
She's doing the temporary tattoo.
Oh, she's doing the tattoo already. Okay, very good. Nice. All right, and then the other one that you want to do is activity cut. That's French for 4. Make your own butterflies. So I hope you have maybe scissors and glue and markers or crayons. And then we gave you some popsicle sticks. So this says, Nancy has decorated her room with beautiful butterflies, and so can you. So this says, ask the grown-up to help you cut out the butterflies. Well, I think it's easier to color the butterfly first. So you could color your 3 butterflies, you're big and you're 2 small, and then cut them out. And if you have some stickers or some jewels or something you want to use on there besides your markers and everything, you can do that. And then all you have to do is get some tape and tape the popsicle stick on there. And there you go. You could also punch a hole. I didn't do that to mine. Mine are like this. You could punch a hole and tie a string and then hang them up on your wall.